Okay, I'm out here on the back deck. I thought I would talk about a little bit about what happened to me yesterday. I put it in the description on yesterday's video of Daniel cutting the stump, but I don't know how many people read it, and it was a scary situation. I have worked my entire life outside. I have gotten hot. I have poured sweat. I don't know. Yesterday was some kind of an odd, weird, something happened. I don't know if it was how hot it was. I really don't know. I just know, if y'all remember the video, when it starts, I say I'm beet red because I had been working. Daniel wasn't even here yet when I first started videoing, because I came from lunch down there. He said he wanted to come on down and get it done, and I told him he did not have to do it today. We could wait till this afternoon or any afternoon when it cooled off, but he wanted to come on. He made jokes about me giving him the devil eye or something. I can't remember now what he said, but I didn't. You guys know me. I'm very passive. I'm not going to ask people for help or force them into helping me at a certain time. I just told him, don't forget I have that stump, but we can do that any afternoon when you get home from work, where it's cooled off already. And he said no, he wanted to come down and work on it yesterday. He wanted to get it done and get it out of the way because he had other things to do. So I was like, okay. And he goes, is everything moved out of the way? And I said, well, I'd already moved the feed barrels, but I would come on home before he gets down here and move everything else. So what I had to move yesterday was that, now y'all are going to see what I've done here already. And it's just sitting here. I haven't done nothing down there. I just wanted to see how much area this love seat was going to take. Now, the cushions came in this morning, so I was able to put them on the love seat, make sure they fit in case I had to send them back, but they fit perfect. But you remember the stump was here, and then back against that wall was this metal wood thing, not standing on its side right now, but the wood stacked across the bottom of it. So some of that wood was so old. I mean, you guys have to remember that pecan tree was cut down. I don't remember how long ago that tree was cut down. I honestly can't remember. I don't remember if it was pre-Harvey or post-Harvey. But there's piece. Now, I may keep that one piece right there. That's a sliver that he cut off, and it's pretty cool looking. But some of that stuff is so light. It's like if I was to hit it with a hammer, it would just disintegrate. It's just really, it's just old, and I put it on that burn pile. What I kept was a small little stack, and I had this small wood stacker. It was actually under these steps being saved, and I just kept me this little pile right here because I have a pile about that same, not quite that tall, on the back porch over there inside by the fireplace, and that's what that wood is for. So I put this here. Okay, so I moved all that wood, and I moved this pile here, and then I pulled that out of the way, and I pulled these out of the way, and got it all. And then I had to push that direction, open the gate back. I had opened the gate back, and I shoved that down there so it would be out of the way, so he had free, clear access to work right here. So I did all that before he got here. And then when he left, I swept up sawdust. I bagged it. It's in a bag sitting right there to go in the chicken coop. I blew some stuff out here. Then I did a few things out by the garden. And I don't know, guys, but hold on, I'm going to turn this toward me. When I came in, I think I was out here about 30, maybe 45 minutes after Daniel left. And when I came in the house, I felt like I couldn't relax, if that makes any sense. I don't really know. I did not come in the house. Now, if y'all remember, I don't even know if you see me in the video, but I had this dish towel right here. And when I first came out, I had that fan. Do you remember someone had given me that fan? But it just got to, not when I first came out before but when Daniel left and I started working, I went in, when I went in one time to get the broom, I brought that fan back out with me. But the air was so hot, the fan was only blowing hot air up on me, and it wasn't helping. So I had this. Okay. Well, let me see what that was about. Hold on, what happened? The light went out. So I had that dish towel, and it was wet, and I kept, you know, dabbing myself and wiping my face and rubbing my shoulders. I didn't think anything about heat exhaustion. But I got in the house and I couldn't, whether it was, I don't want to say I couldn't get cool enough, because when I walked in the door, I mean, when you come in from out here and you walk into an air-conditioned room, you feel immediately, praise God, there's this room is cool. But I started getting this weird, I almost want to say it was a tingly feeling, but it was sort of like all over my body. I don't even know how to explain it. And I thought, let me just cool off. Let me take it. So then I went and I stripped down my clothes and I went and got in the bathtub. But I took what I thought was just it wasn't a cold bath, but it was a cool bath. It was a little bit of hot water mixed in it, so it wasn't just straight up cold. And I laid in the water, took my bath, and then I laid in the water for a little bit and was trying to relax. I was drinking a glass of tea, maybe not, because I didn't know I had heat exhaustion. If that's what it was, I don't know, but I'm just drinking a glass of tea and I'm cooling off and laying in this water. I get out, I dry off, I put on, actually, at first I just laid on the couch with the towel wrapped around me. And Levi had gone to my room and was watching something in there, and so I was able to just flip to the TV. I thought, well, maybe I'm just going to try to take a nap and just relax, shut my eyes. I really couldn't take a nap. I couldn't fall asleep. And at some point, I noticed on my Fitbit that my heart rate was really, really high. Even after all of that relaxing I thought I was doing, it was really high. And it wasn't coming down. And that was making me really nervous. I think that's when I started getting nervous, like, what is going on? What's wrong with me? And so then at some point at 6:30 we had to be at Daniel's for dinner, and I was not hungry, and I had to go down there and act as normal. I felt like I was putting on an act, like there was nothing wrong with me except that I'd gotten hot and I just didn't have an appetite. But there was something, and I knew something was not right. I knew something wasn't right. It was making me a little nervous. And so after a few minutes of hanging out there, then I went over to Mom's. And when I walked, it was just Mom. Kids were all gone. Well, Connor and Lex were upstairs, I think, but all the little ones were gone already. And Mom goes, I couldn't come over. I'd eaten so much lunch. She'd had like meatballs for her. She'd been snacking on meatballs all afternoon. She goes, I'm stuffed. I couldn't eat. And I sat down in Dad's chair and I said, Mom, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong. I said, my heart rate is really, really high. It won't come down. I said, I don't know if I got too hot outside. She says, you probably did. And I said, I was out there about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, maybe after Daniel left. I said, I didn't think I was getting a hot. I don't even know really. I've never had heat stroke or heat exhaustion or any of this mess. I didn't know what I thought you would have. I said, I just can't get my heart rate up. And I can't get my heart rate to drop down. I said, here I am relaxing where it should be for me, relaxing is in mid 60s to low 70, 72, 73, 69, 68, something like that. That's my relaxing heart rate. and I couldn't get it there. And all this time from, let's say 4:30 when Daniel left to here it is 7. I was over at Mom's by 7 and it still hadn't come down. And so she poor Mom. I know I was just like nervous inside, and I was trying to give it to Jesus and just not think about it. And I think she was trying to do the same thing. She was, well, you know what? Let's just watch a movie. And maybe as you sit here and get into a movie, your body will calm down. And I was like, okay. So I brought over a glass of tea from Daniel's. I didn't Google what I should do for heat exhaustion. I just thought relax and cool off. You know, if that's what was wrong with me. I didn't really know. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and she's flipping, trying to find a movie. And then she talks a little bit about our puppet show today. And at some point, Buddy came in and I sort of was just leaning back with my eyes shut, and at some point he said something about like, Mom, what's wrong or something, and I said my heart rate won't go down. I said it's been up since Daniel, after I worked outside after Daniel left, I can't get to come down. And I said I'm just trying to cool off and relax, and I said I don't know if it's from heat or what. And so he sat there for a little while and talked. I was just trying, and to myself, I just kept saying, you know, talking to Jesus. Jesus, please let me be okay. Don't let anything be wrong. And I kept thinking, if something's going to happen, I want it to happen while I'm here at Mom and Dad's with Levi, is with Everett, with family. You know, I don't want something to happen to me at this house because it's just me and him, and he would not know anything. I feel like, you know what, with my and honestly, I say things all the time like, I've talked to Jesus over and over. He knows he cannot take me and leave Levi, because nobody can take care of Levi like I take care of him. I don't want him to ever be, and it may sound horrible to say, but it's the truth. When you have a disabled child, especially one with just a learning disability, or even a physical disability, you do not want them to be a burden to someone else. And Levi is hard sometimes. As much as y'all see the cute and the funny things about him, it's hard with him sometimes. And I've said it for years. Me and God have we have an understanding. He cannot take me and leave Levi by himself. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting there thinking, we've had this conversation. And I'm talking to Jesus. We've had this conversation. You can't take me. I don't know what's going on. I'm asking you to make whatever's going on in my body, stop it, fix it. You know, bring my heart rate down, you know, all this. But I'm silently saying these things to Jesus. You know, I'm not talking out loud into the whole room. At some point, Mom just found, the documentary crime that's like we like to watch, you know, who did it. They're only an hour long. And so we sat there watching this one, and almost toward the end of that movie, all of a sudden I got cold, like a cold feeling, like cold enough that my chin wanted to do that, you know, that cold quiver a little bit. And I was wearing that little bodysuit, and I kept wanting to pull my arms in, you know, like kids do, pull their arms in their shirts. And I didn't know what, I was thinking, what's going on? And as far as my heart rate, it had come down, but it still wasn't in normal. And so, I finished the movie out, even though I was sitting there feeling like a little cool. My stomach was doing a little bit of weird queasy feeling. I didn't know what that was about. But when the movie got over, I got up I told Mom, I'm just gonna have to go home. I can't sit down here all night. And you know, Levi kept looking at me like he's ready to go. He had his tablet, his little headphones on over his hat, like he wears over that barnyard farmer hat. And it was just, I got home, come down the driveway, and in my car, had the AC on high, got out of the car, went in the house, made Molly a bottle, and came out here and got her a feed bucket, took it out to her, because no matter what, I have chores. Oh, I'm so sorry, little girl. Baby, I'm so sorry. I stepped on her tail. Anyway, I took care of Molly, shut the gate, closed the chickens up, and come back in the house, and it was just like, all of a sudden I realized I feel completely normal right now. It just went away just like that, whatever that was. And so if that was heat exhaustion, I'm gonna tell y'all, from 4:30 to about 9:30 is how long it took for that feeling to come back. Now today has been a normal day. It's been a normal day today, and I haven't done a whole lot out in this heat at all. In fact, I fed her fairly early because we had the puppets today, so I went out and fed her early before it was, the sun was up too much or hadn't been up very long. Then at 1 o'clock we left. I rode with Mom and Dad. We left to go to Houston, and Dad's got a video of that, so I'm not going to talk about it, but we had to go to Houston for something. We didn't even get out of the car. Levi went to Connor and Lex in the back, Mom and Levi in the middle, me and Dad in the front. We did that little trip at 1. We were back by 2:30, but we thought that we were leaving at noon, and it got pushed back to, Mom called me and said we can't leave till 1. So for that hour, which it didn't take an hour, but I had Levi help me get this out of the back into the car, and I'm going to show y'all this. Even though we're outside, I'm going to show it to y'all. Anyway, before I do that, just, you guys, be careful when you're out in this heat, because if that's what was wrong with me, and I don't know if that's what was wrong with me, but something happened to me yesterday, and I just only can contribute it to heat, I think, maybe, but I don't know. But something was wrong, something wasn't right. And me and Levi had doctor's appointments last Friday we had doctor's appointments. Everything was normal. So for something to have been like all of a sudden crazy in my body on Sunday was, it wasn't, I don't feel like it was something that, I don't know what the word is, what I'm trying to find. It was something that was brought on Sunday. It wasn't something that's been going on in my body for a while. Like, I take a blood pressure pill, but I don't think it had anything to do with my blood pressure. I took my blood pressure. I can't remember what it was. I couldn't even remember. Even Steph came in and she goes, "What was your blood pressure? Did you take it?" And I said, "I did take it." I said, when I noticed my heart rate was was up, I took my blood pressure. It was up, but it wasn't crazy up. And I said, so I don't even remember what the number was. And she just rolled her eyes like I should be keeping track of that. But anyway, something happened to me Sunday, and I think it was the heat. And I'm telling you guys, watch out there when y'all are out doing things, because as much stuff as I do, that has never happened to me before. Now I'm scared it's going to happen all the time. But let me show y'all this dresser, and I'll show y'all the drawers when I get in the house, because they're not even in it. The drawers we had taken out when me and the lady brought it to the car, because it was heavy with the drawers in it. But you can see it's pink. Oh, you're still looking at me. Hold on. Okay, can y'all see it? I've got it sitting on a box that the pillows came in. I opened it all up, so when I strip it, and I was going to strip it tonight when it cooled off, like right now, but now I don't even feel like doing it. It's got 3 big drawers and 2 little ones, and it's pink, but somebody has painted it this pink, and they've done this. They did a good job. If you were looking for doing that distressing stuff on it, they did a pretty good job, but I just want it white, that chalk white. It's got pretty legs. It's not as old as what she thinks, which is fine. Too much going on that says I'm not very old. It may be vintage, or it may not even be that. Sometimes I have to really look, like what was used to put it together. Like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all this right now. This is what shows me this is not an antique. Look at this. These little silver things here. You can't see that one, it's in the dark. I'm in the way. I'm in the way. You can't even see that, I'm in the way. There's some little silver things. I think they're for helping the drawers glide smooth. So I'm just saying, this isn't as old as what she thinks. It's got an old look and it's fine. I've got that one antique in my bedroom, in my dressing room, and I love it. So this not being antique is fine, but it's got that look about it. I will, I'm gonna go out here and feed Molly real quick and get back in the house. And I'll show y'all the drawers. So here's one of the drawers. It's plain. It's got these really cute little pulls. But this is what I was saying about the design on it. See this? It comes down. And then this drawer, when it's in and it's closed, oh, it's hard for me to do it. They meet and it becomes, you know, like one design, one big like square. Anyway, it's really pretty, but it's not as antique as what she thought. But it's fine. It's a pretty dresser. It still has the dovetail stuff that was, you know, they were still working with dovetails. Hardly anything nowadays has dovetails unless it's very, very expensive stuff that can be considered heirloom and passed down type furniture. So it's still built with good quality. It's just not antique like she thought. But and here's the two little top drawers right here. And she had this paper in them already. I'll change that out. Anyway, I'm happy with it, and it's going to look good in my room. It's just got to be painted. What you think, Jensen? It needs to be painted? Anyway, alright, that's it. I'm going to finish out my video for y'all. I had a different video planned for today. Did I already say that? It was supposed to be a review, and they haven't sent me the link or anything yet, so I can't post it. It's all ready, but I can't post it yet. Alright, so this is what my plan is. This dresser for my dressing room. Alright, see you guys later. Love you guys. God bless y'all. Stay cool. Do not get out there and think that you're okay, because if that's what happened to me yesterday, it is rough. So rough and scary. Alright, love you guys.